Hi, everybody. Welcome to the episode of Cherry Bekaert's Tax Services Podcast. I'm Lauren Stinson, and I'm the Sales and Use Tax Leader here at Cherry Bekaert. I'm joined with Tiffany Rodi, a Senior Manager on our Sales and Use Tax team, and we also have Sona here from Avalara. Tiffany and Sona, can you introduce yourselves and give us some of your background?
Sure.
Tiffany?
Thanks. Yeah, sure. Thanks for having me on, Lauren. I'm Tiffany Rodi, and I'm a Senior Sales Tax Manager here at Cherry Bekaert, as Lauren said. I end up being our resident expert in sales tax technology and work closely with our clients to ensure that their tax technology is doing what they need it to do. I'm also a certified Avalara implementation specialist, so that comes in handy when working with Avalara and our clients.
Hi, this is Sona Akmakjian. I'm the Global Head of Strategic Accounting Partnerships here at Avalara. I want to thank Cherry Bekaert for allowing me to be here today. I've spent the last 30 years working with or for accounting firms in a number of different roles, but all around sales and use taxes. I've been an auditor with the state of California. I've done advisory work at Deloitte and worked in a number of different software companies. My role here at Avalara is to really work with our accountant partners like Cherry Bekaert in enabling them and their clients to adopt technology.
Well, great. Well, I really appreciate both of you being on here today. So today we're going to discuss the benefits of sales tax automation for sales and use tax calculations, and more importantly, how having experts and engines harmoniously working together yields the best results for our mutual clients. So tax automation software it's really made sales and use tax management much simpler for businesses. And we regularly work with Avalara to provide an automated solution for our clients when it comes to tracking their sales tax obligations. So let's start and dive into the world of sales tax automation for sales and use tax. So Tiffany, what are the different ways companies can handle sales tax?
Great question, Lauren. There's quite a few different ways. Believe it or not, before technology, businesses had to manually look up sales tax rates in big tax rate books, or call the state tax departments and determine how to apply sales tax to a transaction. As you can imagine, it was very labor intensive and time consuming, to try to get that right. And most of the time it wasn't. They were inaccurate and it was just difficult. But luckily now we have software that integrates with a company's ERP and billing systems to produce a sales tax calculation based on the sourcing and the product taxability. Tax technology software can even now look at the exact rooftop rate, so exactly where the item is being sourced to get the right tax calculation. It's amazing how far we've come, but even with the advances in technology, this still isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. The real key to using any of these automated services is customization. And, being able to customize it to your business and the nature of your business. As you can imagine, an e-commerce seller is going to have different needs than an in-person service provider. So just really having someone in your court to be able to help you customize what the solution is.
Well, how does it differ if you don't generate invoices, but you're using a point of system, sales system, or a shopping cart?
Well, that's a great question too. In that case, really the biggest factor for that one is real-time accurate calculation. If you can imagine that you never want to lose a sale because it took your system too long to calculate sales tax, whether it's on the point of sale system or on the online shopping cart. And unlike invoicing a customer, you don't get a second chance at this. You have to have an instant sales tax calculation for your customer. You can't run after them and tell them that they owe you more sales tax after they've left the store.
So obviously there's a lot of benefits to using technology. First you got the efficiency and the accuracy, but ultimately it comes down to a better client experience or better customer experience. So that being said, Tiffany, what are some of the challenges to ensure that technology is set up and properly working?
Well, one of the challenges is first of all, just figuring out where you're going to collect sales tax. With the Wayfair decision that came down a few years ago, sellers have a lot of more places that they have to go collect sales tax. with physical presence and economic presence, that makes it difficult. So you want your technology to be able to keep up with you and keep up with where your company's sales tax footprint is. And another challenge is what you're selling and who you're selling it to. So the states have different definitions and categories for the taxability of products. So you just have to know, where things are taxable and where they're not and how the state defines it. That can be really difficult for just your average everyday seller. I mean, they're busy running their business. They don't have time to worry about, taxability or exempt customers. And that's really where, it helps to have a partnership between us and Avalara, to help a taxpayer out, to help a customer out.
Well, great. Well, this is a great time to bring in Sona from Avalara. And like I mentioned, Avalara is one of the sales tax software platforms that works exceedingly well for a lot of our clients. So Sona, I'm going to have you elaborate a little bit more about the solutions that Avalara provides.
And I would love to do that. So Avalara provides tax compliance software solutions. So we enable businesses to automate manual processes. And as you said, reducing any errors and increasing compliance. And we integrate with a lot of different systems. We have over 1,200 standard connectors. So sales and use taxes is one of the compliance areas. We also focus on property tax, business licenses, and other areas. But as it was said earlier, the Wayfair ruling changed things quite a bit for our users. Those tax-free internet purchases became a thing of the past, and companies were forced to be compliant, and they created almost reporting response or nexus tracking on a state basis based on tolerances that every unique state has. So as you can imagine, manual way of being compliant was no longer a viable option for companies. So we continue to invest in our products and really streamline and improve how companies use our product. We also enable our partners like Cherry Bekaert to be the expert and implement our solutions. But just want to hit on a couple of things that Tiffany mentioned. Number one, we have something in our system that's called a heat map. Basically, we do the tracking for our customers based on the volume of transactions that they have in a state. We have a heat map that says, you need to start registering here. You're reaching a point where you have a registration and reporting compliance. So that is a feature that's already standard in our product. Tiffany also alluded to products. We have over 9,000 tax codes that we manage. So a seller no longer needs to say, well, I'm selling food in this state or local jurisdiction. What is my tax rate and is it even exempt? We track all of that based on our product codes, and our partners will do the mapping for the clients so that it's automated and it's working. But not every product is taxable, right? Everything is taxable unless proven otherwise. My famous words from my audit days. And the otherwise is what's supported based on exemption certificates. We also track those in our system. So, if you're selling to a government or you're selling something that's for resale, you don't need to collect the tax, but you have to have a valid certificate on file so that if you're audited, you have the proper support. So these are the high areas that we track and support in our calculation engine.
Well, obviously, we can see that the world of sales tax has changed significantly since Wayfair, and the complications are tremendous between nexus footprints and the huge amount of product tax codes that companies have to configure. It gets very complicated, but Avalara does a great job of handling all those tax calculations. But that's only half the battle. So filing returns is the other half. So Tiffany, can you share how Cherry Bekaert and Avalara continue to work together to provide that seamless support to clients?
Sure, I'm happy to. Well, Avalara and Cherry Bekaert complement each other perfectly. Through Avalara's Returns for Accountants program, clients can get the best of both worlds. They can have easy to read data with accurate sales tax calculations, but also have the hands-on service that a Cherry Bekaert sales tax expert can help. So for clients that already have their ERP or billing system integrated with AvaTax, Cherry Bekaert can connect their AvaTax account to our ARA platform and pull the data in each month. So that saves the client a lot of time and a lot of effort. They don't have to do anything additional to get us their data. It also ensures that the data Cherry Bekaert has for filing returns is the exact data that Avalara has. There's nothing lost along the way. Another benefit to clients is ensuring that there's another set of eyes on the returns, that everything is filled out properly, including accounting for exempt products and customers. And if there's ever a question or concern about a transaction or calculation, you always have a team of sales tax experts to reach out to.
And Sona, congratulations on Avalara being named the Emerging Partner Program of the Year. Could you share how Avalara's philosophy on partner success contributes to achieving such a great recognition?
Of course, Avalara's been in business for over 20 years now, and when our founders, built this business based on a partnership model. I referenced 1,200 connectors. Those are most of them are partner built. So our partner ecosystem is really our lifeline to success. So although we've been a partner first for many years, we really took a step back, having been in business over 15 years, and reimagined our partner program. And that is the program that won the recognition. And basically, we have a very defined program for our partners where we are rewarding those that are very strategic to us, like Cherry Bekaert, and making sure that you're getting the right level of support, your clients are getting the right level of attention because of their association with you. So we launched this program in the last year, and we're really proud, and we've gotten a lot of recognition in the market. So very exciting.
Yeah, so we've really seen the benefit for our clients of us being an Avalara partner, and very, very excited to kind of see the evolution of that partner program. So kind of, Tiffany, on that note, can you tell us why the Expert plus Engine is the best combination for clients?
Yes. Well, technology is amazing, and Avalara has got a great technology, but you know what? It's only as good as what it's set up to do. There's so many intricacies with sales tax that it makes sense to have an expert ensure that the tax engine's set up properly. We can customize the technology that Avalara has to the unique needs of the businesses that we see and set up the software so it seamlessly provides tax calculation. So Avalara's technology does an amazing job of calculating sales tax and applying taxability rules, but it has to be set up properly to work effectively. So having an expert and an engine together is the best of both worlds.
Yes, absolutely. So now the $1 million question. So we're looking into the crystal ball. Tiffany and Sona, what do you see are the biggest issues coming down the road for taxpayers in the sales and use tax space? So Tiffany, I'll let you go first.
Okay. Well, definitely things are not getting easier in sales tax. We're seeing more and more complications, and I believe we're really going into the time of audits. We're going to see an increase in sales tax audits, which is a great reason to have an up-to-date automated sales tax solution like Avalara. No one wants to be in the middle of an audit and figure out that they've not been collecting sales tax correctly. So I really think my crystal ball says audits are on their way.
My gosh, Tiffany, you stole my thunder there, because I was actually going to say the same thing. Compliance is becoming more complicated, and every time the states try to simplify things, guess what? They complicate things more. And I think the Wayfair ruling was a perfect example of this. And that has been in effect for a number of years now. And, a lot of accountants have had really a hard time getting their clients to be compliant with the Wayfair ruling. And now that we're a few years into it, I think that audits are going to start triggering, because sales taxes is such a big piece of the revenue stream for the states. I think they want their share of the money.
Well, I think you both are absolutely correct. I foresee in 2025 being the year of the audit, and hopefully all of our clients will fare very well with both Avalara and Cherry Bekaert on their side. So I think that concludes our conversation today. So thank you so much to Tiffany and Sona, and to our listeners for joining us on today's podcast. Please feel free to reach out to me, Tiffany, or any member of Cherry Bekaert's Sales and Use Tax team if you have any other questions about today's topic. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Thanks,
Thank
Lauren.
you.